Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to attempt my 52 handmade tag today. My only issue is we have quite a lot of noise at the moment, so I don't know how we're going to go. I'm just going to sit down. I'll just grab a tag. Any tag will do, I guess. And we'll see what we're going to do. So what was it? Lace and yo-yos or Suffolk puffs. I'm not going to make mine. I've got these beautiful old ones. I found them. I couldn't find them. I was telling my sister. She's got a huge box. I couldn't find them this morning, but then I found them. So there we go. And then I found this basket underneath some stuff. And so I've got to be careful not to go down too low. I want to stay on task, and I have no idea what I want to do with these Suffolk puffs. So I guess let's just have it. We've got to have lace as well. Oh, here's some ticking. Oh, look at these nice fabric. I love all these fabrics. I like that one. That one. I don't know, I'm just pulling them out and playing with them. I'll probably have it on that side. The kids are very noisy downstairs, so I apologise if it's annoying to anyone. They're not my children, they're neighbours, and they're very noisy, screaming and yelling and fighting, and all kinds of stuff is going on. This is a piece of lace that I got in a little thing that my sister gave me for Christmas. So maybe I'll put that. Oh dear, they're fighting. Oh my goodness, they sound like chickens. Aren't I awful? I know. Well, we have ticking. What? Oh, I didn't bring my other ones over. Oh well, we won't see those. We'll just have to try and remember what they look like. I'm just grabbing bits and pieces to see. Oh, I found some more. Oh, little ones. Now, where did they come from? Where did I get those? Oh, hello. Isn't that an exciting find? That's pretty. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. I'm quite liking this, the look of this. I think I'm going to do that. I mean, you can do like a flower garden. That's a possibility, is a flower garden. But I remember our tags are quite small. Just grab this. Sorry, just rip it. I want to grab this little blue one. Is that too many? That one. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Oh my God. I don't know. Don't know what to say. Okay, first of all, I'm sure about these. So we're going with the more simple background. I'm so sorry. I've been waiting for the noise to go, but they've been out there all afternoon. And then the man started up with the mowing, and he's stopped now, but who knows if he'll start up again. It's all happening. It's really all happening here in my town. The sun is shining. We're not allowed to go anywhere, which is fine by me. I'm very happy to stay at home. I don't have any need to go anywhere, except I'd like to go to an antique market, but that wasn't on Sunday because we're not allowed. So anyway, it is what it is. It doesn't, like, I'm normally at home anyway, so it's just a good thing I don't go out and spend my money. Just hang on to it. So I'm just going to quickly stitch down these pieces, and then oh dear. The boys are tormenting the girl, so you can hear the girl. She's really having a go at them, and they're making that. One's her brother, the noisy one. Steffi reckons he runs along upstairs in the apartment upstairs on his heels because he thumps. So one's her brother. They're pretty close in age, I think. And then there's the grandchild of another lady who lives not above us, but on the same floor as them, but across on the other side of the building. It's her grandson, and he's very cute, but he's a real whinger. Ever since she's looked after him, he's just cries and cries all the time. Sometimes it just drives her mad. Sometimes I see her despairing with him, and he's must be, I don't know how old he must be, 5 or 6 now. He's kind of improved, but he still has that whiny voice. You still hear him screaming sometimes. Some kids are just like that. They grow out of it. But so he's with the brother, and then there's the sister, and of course the boys are tormenting her, aren't they? And so she's whining, and someone's saying no and someone's saying yes. So it's quite kind of universal, isn't it? The tormenting. I used to get tormented by my older brother. We're good friends now, but he used to have fun with me. And I'm a sucker. I believed everything, so he had a great time. And I think my sister joined in with him as well, because she's tougher than me, and she didn't fall for it, so he didn't try with her. Oh, they didn't get along a bit later in life. They seem to get along now, but they didn't get along when she was probably in her 20s. But now they get along. Siblings. But then the other day, they were all playing together, and I heard her, which is funny because I used to do the same. She was defending her brother. So, I mean, I used to defend my brother, even though he used to be mean to me. Because it's your brother. Or your sister. Oh, and Lulu has been hired. I told her, you found yourself a job. She did it because she has this hopeless. We're very disappointed because she goes to the artistic school. So basically when we went into lockdown in last March, when it first all started, she had a great art teacher, painting teacher. I mean, they haven't done any painting because first years don't paint. They do learn to use ink and they call it kina, and draw and shade. And they do everything with pencil and that sort of thing, which I think is really hard. So I think it's a good way to start. And so anyway, but from the day that their school shut on the 22nd of February last year, and I mean that prof, she made them work. They did so many drawings, so many beautiful pieces, and she taught them from the computer, which is not easy, but she did it, and they worked really hard and did so much and were really productive. And then this teacher was wonderful, and anyway, so she's retired, unfortunately. Lulu cried. She absolutely loved it. And now they've got this teacher. I've got to tell you, she has not done anything with them. She's been giving them fake marks. So because she can't mark them on anything, because they've done 2 drawings in the whole year. And she, what she does? She gets on, and so she had 5 hours of her this morning. She goes on, she checks who's there, and then every hour or hour and a half she comes back. Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Like this. And she just says, keep on with your drawing. Well, they had to draw a mushroom. Lily finished it like 5 weeks ago. And she keeps sending her. And then she says, send me a picture of your progress. And so Lily keeps sending her the picture of her. I mean, she finished it straight away. So she's literally done nothing for 5 weeks. And parents have complained, and from the other classes as well. And I had the parent teacher. I couldn't even get a word in sideways, because besides the fact that it was really hard for me, because she telephoned me. She couldn't even get the computer to work. She telephoned me. I don't know. She must have gotten my phone number from the school records. And I do struggle a little bit. I have to really concentrate when I'm talking on the phone. And so she rang me, and she spent the whole phone call making up excuses how hard it was to do the lessons online. And I would have agreed with her had I not seen what the other prof had managed to get them to do online, and they were online from February until the end of June, and they were really productive. So anyway, I couldn't get a word in edgewise, and I just didn't bother, because I know other people have already complained and the headmaster knows, but they can't do anything about it. It's a public school, and so she's there. We've got her for the year, so you just have to make do with it. And I said to Lulu, as you know, I'm a hoarder of courses. I've got plenty of watercolor courses and things that you could do, because they're supposed to start with watercolor. And she just has all these excuses why she can't do it, and so she doesn't teach them anything. And it's really, really, I mean, it's an art school, for heaven's sake. It's very disappointing. And I think it's quite stressful, because Lulu's chosen, because they have to do their last 3 years, they specialise, and Lulu's chosen architecture. But lots of her class have chosen painting, art, painting. So I don't know how they'll be feeling, because they're going to go into 3rd year and not have very many techniques up their sleeves. They're pretty unhappy and concerned about it. So anyway, and then the kids asked her today, can we please do something else? We've done this. Oh, I was telling you, Lulu keeps sending the same picture. I don't even know if she even looks at it. Anyway, so I've knotted that. I've got a knot, got a tangle. So anyway, I heard her. They said, can we learn something else? And all I could hear, oh yes, we've got to do this, and we've got to do that, and we've got to do this and that. But I mean, when are they going to do it? Who knows? This is a blow. I've got a knot right there, and my hands are cold. It's a lovely day outside, but it's cold inside. So my hands are cold. It's that time of the afternoon when my hands get cold. Let me just see if I can pull it through. Oh, got it without breaking it. I'll just end that off and get in. I don't really need to stitch down there, do I? Oh, I'm going to be putting my puffs on, so I don't know why I was worrying about that. Okay. Oh, did I stitch down there? I've stitched it all. Okay. Oh, yeah, so I was telling you that I said to Lulu, she did, so instead of, she's a good girl, like she did work. Isn't that pretty? I better not get distracted by things. No, I had this one. Lulu, oh, be quiet, you stop whinging. It's, it's fine when the kids are having fun, but when they're whinging, it's really a distraction, isn't it? So anyway, I'm going to get some more of that thread. This is just crochet thread. It's actually a vintage one. Actually, it's got the old Coats 610 colour Mercer crochet, it says. It's a vintage one. Wouldn't it be fun to get that little label out of there? I don't think I could. And I just bought it at the antique market in Sydney, and I thought, well, I don't crochet. I just thought I'd use it for this sort of thing. It was very inexpensive, and it's very strong stuff. I'm doing bodgy knots at the end of my thing today. I'm just going to put my pins in here. Yeah, so I told Lulu, and she said, oh, I've done, because while they have to sort of sit by the computer just in case this teacher decides to come on and say, are you there? Are you there? Sort of thing. So they have to sit by their computer. So Lulu just did her homework. So that meant she was more free this afternoon. And so I said to her, you've eaten all the food. If you want some breakfast, you better make a cake. And we've got all these apples because my mother-in-law goes round the fields to the farmers, and she buys the produce directly from the farmers around here. And so she comes over with the loads and loads of veggies. I mean, I'm not complaining, but she brings more than what we can eat. So we've got all these apples, and I said, you better make an apple cake. So I found this yummy recipe on Pinterest. And she's made this cake, and we just had a piece. And my goodness, well, just out of the oven, it's so good. But she did a very good job. So I said, you've got yourself a job. You can be the cake baker. Oh, and she did my hair too, so that's good. I pay her for that. It's like, it's like pocket money. And so we've had a productive day, except I'm late doing my video because of all the noise. It's still continuing on. Sound like a grumpy old lady, don't I? Anyway, you can't see what I'm just whip stitching, or overcasting stitch, sometimes people call it, or whip stitching. And so that's what I'm doing here. I think these colours are really gorgeous. I mean, it's not through any merit of me, except that one I put in the food dye. Did I do food dye, or did I use the RIT dye? I put a teeny tiny bit in the water, and then I added tea in there, so it really muted it, so it looks like it's been in a bath of avocado pips, but it hasn't. And it's colour fast as well, so that's good. I would love, very much fancy doing all of the hand dyeing, the natural dyes and everything. I just don't have enough time for everything, so I just don't want to add another thing to my plate. I just have to be honest with myself and say, no, you can't do that. Just don't do that. You're not going to be able to do it. Because like today, I've been going all day. I go at a steady pace. Like, I don't rush. I'm not rushing. I do rush sometimes, but I've just been going at a steady pace. I do feel like I got a lot done today, but not nearly as much done as I had on my list to do. So, yeah. So, I feel like I need to stay up until midnight. I might. Last night I got pretty tired. The other night I was up until 12:30 doing stuff. But then last night I went to bed early because I was very tired. So there we go. I've got a special piece on there that was gifted to me by my sister for Christmas. It was she organised a lady to put together a box of goodies, and that was in there. And that was just some tea dyed, I think it's a cotton. It's just a vintage cotton. It's just from the, the tablecloths. I don't know if they're English. I was going to say they were. We had English ones. When you have afternoon tea, not tray cloths, but the ones little for the card tables, the square ones and things like that. It's just one of those vintage cottons, and I'd used the embroideries. When I was doing even more sewing than what I do now, much more sewing than I was only sewing. That's all I was doing. And I was doing a lot with my machine and making pouches and things like that, like my pouch pattern. And I used to love putting in with my fabrics, sort of kind of doing like what I do with paper, but using fabrics. And I would put in the vintage. Oh, stop screaming, you silly girl. It's not going to get you. It's just going to give yourself a headache. I sound like my aunt. That's the sort of thing she'd say. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, yeah, I used to love putting a little vintage embroidery in with the other fabrics as well. Because also I was making things like, I was making like slip book covers and things like that, and slip covered ring binders and things. And I was selling them a lot at markets and even in my shop. I haven't made them for a while. And so I like the embroidered touch, but as you know, it takes a long time. And so I didn't want my prices to be too high. So I would always try to find hand embroidered ones for not too much, that I could get a lot of embroideries out of, but maybe they had stains on like that on the tablecloth and things. And so then I would cut them up. But I didn't want to throw out the fabrics. Sometimes, like, this is a really nice linen, or is it a cotton? No, this is cotton. It's soft, but it's got a lovely texture to it. So I didn't want to throw it out. So I tea dyed it, because sometimes they bleach them. There was, put something whitener or something, and they're really bright white. Now, what embroidery? That's that done. So we'll move those out of the way. And I'm wondering now, I don't know if I can get in there. Well, I've got some fabric. I could do it with fabric. No, I would prefer to do it with... I have my felted walls here. I haven't pulled them out probably for 2 years. I can't even actually pull them out because my table's here blocking them and my light. But I could maybe lift the lid off. Now my Tracy labels are slipping away. I could slide the lid off. And, oh, I can pull it out a little bit. Oh, okay. Let's see what colours I can get my hands on. Power pink. Might be too thick. I think they're too thick. They're lovely, but it's too thick. So I don't want that. Do I? I don't think it's going to work. Let me just try something. So I'm just going to cut a little flower. I'm going to cut a little flower. So watch this. So all I do, I don't know if there's a better way, but this is what I figured out. I cut a square, then cut a circle from my square. If anything, we'll see how I cut my flowers in a quick way. So it's a kind of circle. Let's just bring the basket over. Hopefully you can see. And then I do little snips, not right to the center. I just eyeball it. Kind of. So you're not going right to the center. You don't want to snip your little, these are your petals. You don't want to snip them off. And I try to get 5. See, I've done that one fairly well. Thank goodness for that, because sometimes they're uneven. And then I just get my scissors in there and I just snip the corners off. Just very carefully. That's where you need to slow down. And if I've got a little pointy bit, I snip that off. Snip my corners off and I get a little 5-petal flower very quickly. I wonder why they like playing down there in the garage. I don't know what's so exciting about it. I think Lulu used to go and play down there too. I don't know why. In the summertime, it's full of mosquitoes. It's awful, awful place. There's scorpions down there. I don't know why the kids like it. Scary, huh, Lulu? You weren't scared. You liked it. Yeah. Down there on the slope. On the ramp. You liked it. So what I was thinking... what if I put that in there? Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Now what I'm going to do first is put a little stitch. This could be a 3-hour video. And I don't have 3 hours. I've got to go and get the dinner on. I might have to pause it and come back. See, when you pull it, look at that. Cute. Oh, that's fun. Now, Mum did a very snazzy thing in hers. Sarah and I were very impressed. We had a very short conversation this morning because then she got a phone call. She said, I'll ring you back, and she never rang me back. Sarah, why didn't you ring me back? You must have forgotten. Or too tired. It could have been too tired. So I'm going to put that in there. Okay, I'm going to end that off. I will do some sort of embroidery thing in there. I have to decide. Okay, oops, I unthreaded. I'll worry about that in a minute. So let's flip it over. Now, it's hard for me to get in there and see all the colours because I can't pull out the box. But I want the more mute, because there's some very bright ones in there. I want the muted colours, not the brights. Oh, there's corduroy. I don't want corduroy. I've knocked my light. There we go. Oh, wait, here we go. I've got a bag of bits. Let's see what's in the bits. Oh, I think some of these came from my mum. I think she regrets giving me her... There's a circle. That can go in that one. I might even just put the circle in there without cutting out a thing. And then the other one I'll put tufts. How about that? How about that? Okay. I'm pretty sure that yellow one came from my mum. Oh, now the little one's down there. And she's squealing. Not happy squealing, unhappy squealing. See? Oh, look at that. So I have to pull it really tight. Oh, that didn't work. Let me try again. I'll do another one. Don't give up. Let's see what happens. Pull a little bit. Okay, so what I have to do is... Oh my goodness, now we've got the little one squealing away. I'm sorry, guys. Turn your volume down if you don't want to hear it. I could be a grumpy neighbour and go, be quiet. That's not fair. They're little kids, they need to play. There we go. Okay, so let's just get the what do they call it, embroidery flosses out and see. What do we want? What do we want? Those colours. Oh, I might have some sort of pinky colour, but I don't want it to be too bright. Look, there's two the same. Oh, one's DMC and one is ISPE. I don't know what that is. It's just another brand. I think I'll put that one in there, maybe. Let's just choose our colours. That's green. I don't know if I need green. And then here, I have these, and I was thinking I would like some sort of, that's orange. Oh, I like orange. Maybe I want orange in there. Put pink in there, orange in the blue one. That's it. And then what will I put in that one? I could put some sort of yellow, even though it's yellow. No. That's wool. I don't know why that one's in there. Don't want orange. It's a bright yellow. No. Let's see what's in here. I've never used this thread before. I wonder if I'll be able to use it. Isn't that beautiful? I wonder where I got that from. Never used it before. I think I might like that colour. No, that's too much the same. Maybe I need to go into the purples. I need to go into one of the purple. Ooh. No, not that one. Okay. Put those over there. Come back here to here, and we need, oh my goodness, I'm sorry guys, I can't help it. Maybe that one. I seem to feel that that's in the tone of the colours. Okay, so if I can get my thread off, hello. I guess we made all that noise when we were little. We probably did. There were 4 of us. Although quite a big, you know, between the first 3 of us, there's nearly 4 years difference. And then there was 6 years difference between my sister and my younger brother. So there were 3 of us making a lot of noise at any one time. I can remember my dad really being annoyed with us when he was driving. We used to seem to fight. I think it's quite a classical thing. They do show that in the movies quite a lot, kids. I'm doing French knots in here. Kids fighting a lot in the car on journeys and stuff. It seems to be a bit of a cliche, doesn't it? Well, we did it. Oh, I like that. It's loose. Get little lumpy bits. I'm going to try and do another loose one. I probably won't be able to do it on purpose. Just don't pull it tight. Just go down without pulling it too tight, I think. And you get, yeah, you get lumpy bits. I'm wrapping it 4 times, and I've got 3 strands of embroidery floss, and try not to pull it too tight. I'm not holding onto the tail. I'm letting the stitches go. Oh yeah, I like that. I'm letting them stay loose. But I will pull it down because I want to sort of bunch up my flower a little bit. It's very relaxing to do this. So not pulling tight. Maybe a tiny bit. Oh yes, cool. It's like having little loopy things in there. 1, 2, 3. Oh yes, I can count. And that'll do, I think. Leave it loose, Rachel. Don't pull it. And there we go. So that's in that one. I like that. Something, I'm just trying to do something slightly different because I think I put a puff on one before already. So I just want to do something slightly different. As I said, Mum's was very snazzy. I don't quite know. I wrote on her thing on Instagram, "You are the queen, Mum, of putting things in the center of the puffs." She really is. She's very good at doing that. I might just keep that one threaded. I might like to do some stitching with that. I like that dusty sort of old pink. Now, this was going here. And what am I going to do there? Oh, I had thought about it and now I've forgotten. I think I might do a little tufty thing. And then I'm going to have kind of like longer ones coming out of that one. Oh, it's very thick. I can't seem to get mine. Oh, there we go. I couldn't get mine. Oh, I must have been trying to go in through. So I'm just going to do it like this and then cut them. I'm going to leave them quite long and then I'm going to cut them down, I think. And they won't go anywhere. Remember that we're gluing this to the card. So nothing's going to go anywhere. Well, it shouldn't. I'm going to do something similar in the blue. Oh no, in the blue one I think I might. Don't know, I'm not going to knot them. I'm going to do something similar but longer, I think. Or will I fill it with French knots? I could even do that. No, I think it needs to be more dimensional than that. I'm just doing long ones so I can hold them to one side. Can I get another one? Yes. Okay. Oh, I've lost a thread along the way. It doesn't matter. Nobody will know. Cut your mess off, Rachel. Okay. Now, I probably wanted more than that. I'm going to put some more in. Just bear with me 1 second. I want it to be more full. More full. So I'm going to get 3 strands again. I don't know who taught me. Who did I see that to pull the threads apart like this? Because if you pull it from one end, you get into a tangle. Sometimes I get into a tangle. If I've cut it too long, I'll get into a tangle doing it that way as well. But someone said to do it that way so you didn't get into a tangle. When I might have been Yoko Saito, I don't know. Or I did an online course, I don't know. Or maybe I saw Charlotte Lyons do that. Okay, so I definitely want more purple. I want more. So let's just hold them aside again. And then I might hold them on the other side. You just have to be patient. And I'm not putting any stitch to anchor them down or anything like that because, as I said, we're going to be gluing. So I'm not too concerned about it. It's just going to be something hanging on the ring. I much prefer doing this than cooking dinner, but I think I need to go and cook dinner. It's a bit of a disaster, isn't it? I'm going to finish this thread and then I think that'll be enough. Let's just move them over that way. I seem to have a bit more room here to do it. And I'm sure I'm stitching through my threads behind as well, so that will also help it stay in place. I'm just very careful not to pull it too hard. Now I've got to get my tail through. There we go. Okay, end it off. Okay, now I'm just going to hold them all up. I don't want them to be too long, and I'm going to cut them. It's like cutting hair. Yeah. That's what I wanted. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cute? Well, I like it. Oh, cute. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Good. I'm still thinking, what will I do in the other one? I'm just wondering if I should go and get the dinner on and then come back. How many strands are here? I'll do 4. I wonder if I'll just fill that one with knots. I think I'll fill this one with knots. I've got 4 strands. Or do I want long tufty bits? Can't decide. No, I want long tufty bits. That's what I was thinking I wanted. So it's the same process again. I'm going to keep it longer. And I'm using 4 strands, so maybe I'll fill up faster. Just make sure you hold on to them so you don't get my tail through. And you could put a little stitch in there if you want to, but I'm in a hurry, so I'm not going to. You could put like a little anchoring sort of stitch if you wanted to. There's very unhappy children down there. Okay, and I think I'll end that off and get a new one. Okay, I'm getting in a tangle. 1 off, 2 off, because we want 4. Here we go. What was I saying about getting in a tangle? Well, here I am. Okay, so put a knot. Okay. So much easier this way with the loops. And you just hold on to them, and I'm wasting a bit of thread here because I am going to snip quite a bit off. Now I can get one more stitch done in here, and then I'll have to get some more thread. Ow, I stabbed myself. So what I think I might do is I'll go and put the dinner on, and I'll finish that bit off, and I'll cut it. I'll come back and cut it on camera. So we're not here until tomorrow. Maybe the children will go inside by the time I come back. So I think that's what I'll have to do. So I'll be back soon. All right. So this is where we're at. I'll come back and that'll be all loopy. It's crazy, isn't it? I like it. It might even be enough. Oh, I think that's enough. Okay, should we leave the loops? No, I think they're too long. I'm going to cut them. First, I'm going to cut them this way, through the center. I told a lie. This one's crazy. There's some more. Any others? Oh, I like that. I'm just going to give it a little trim, not a big trim. What's that one? You just come up here, thread. Just a little trim because I want it to be longer. Yeah, look at that. I love it. You probably think I'm totally weird. I'm not trimming. I just trimmed a little bit. And then I'm just going to let it. Oh, yeah, that's different to the others. I like that. Is that a loop there? Do I still have a loop? Yes. Cool. Okay. Well, we're getting there. I like that. Now what do I need? Let me think about this. Do I need something else? Well, I wonder. Let's just cut out a leaf. So with that leaf, I just have a rectangle. I love this hand-dyed felted wool. Just look up hand-dyed felted wool if you want. I think, will we do a little flower garden? Have some leaves. I think that leaf is too big. I need to make it smaller. That's better. And we'll get some, see if I've got any other greens in here. Here's one. So maybe I'll finish it before I go and do dinner. I'm going to be late with the dinner, I think, tonight. Okay. That one there. I need a third one. Oh, here's another colour. It's slightly dark. It's very similar to that one. Oh, here's some more greens. A leaf. This one is different. We need a third one. I'm going to grab a darker green. Just go into the perlé cottons. These are, I think they're number 8 perlé cottons. Maybe this one. So I'm not messing about with any strands. On the lighter leaves, I'm going to do... Oh, what a... I cut the most pathetic piece of thread off. That's just ridiculous. I wouldn't have gone anywhere with that. Now I'm just thinking, how is this going to work? Can't thread it. I think I need some sort of stem coming down. Now, oh, just a second. I've got, look at this scrappy piece. I like the scrappy pieces. Could I have a little piece of that? Or, see, I keep all these bits when you rip. Oh, that one's good. That's just the edge of something. I've ripped it off. Put that there. See, I'm thinking about these things afterwards. They're afterthoughts, aren't they? We haven't got all day. We do not have all day. I think I like this messy bit in the middle. the right width. I ripped up something. It was linen and I ripped it up. Oh, I like that. Okay, cool. So first I'm going to stitch that on, and I think I might do this stitch. Just go across. I'll probably hate it. Oh, you can hardly even see it, so I can't hate that, can I? Okay, nearly there. I'll probably I'll stitch it down to the end there, will I? Or will I snip that off? Let's just have a look. Do we want it like that? Keep on stitching. Okay, and then I think that I'll cut that bottom bit off. Yeah, that's better. It's a very heavy bunch of flowers, I can tell you that. We'll put this here. Maybe I'd like my leaves to be rounded at the top and not pointy. Yes, I think I do. I'm just going to running stitch down the center. And I'm not going to stitch down the sides. They're going to be dimensional because our Suffolk puffs are dimensional. And so I think the leaf should be. So around this one, just slightly, there we go, just snip the point off. And that one's going to go up here. It might even just come up like that. It's a bizarre one. It is. I know. So if you didn't have the felted wool, you could just use felt or wool felt. You can get very nice colours in the wool felt. Or you could use fabric. Fabric would be just nice. It will fray a little bit, but that's okay. We like that. This is fraying. And then I wanted to put a third leaf. And let's just decide whether I want it there. No, that's weird. Maybe I'll bring it down here. Yes, maybe I'll bring it, or maybe I'll bring it there. No, I don't like it. Down there, down the bottom. Down the very bottom down here. I was going to change my colour of the, oh, I didn't even knot it. I was going to change the colour of my thread. And you could go and do all stitching and stuff, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to do this. I think we've been long enough. If I had a bigger piece, I would have spread my puffs out. I could have just done 1 puff, but I like the idea of 3. I would have spread them out further. So let's just have a look at it. Oh, thank goodness I got that done. I've been putting it off all day thinking, well, and I've been doing other stuff, but I wasn't rushing to do it because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I feel like it needs something else, but I think I'll just leave it be. Where to add? I don't think we need to add anything else. Might be the colour of my tag that I don't like. Oh yes, you see I like it more on that side. So do that. Check your tag. I like it on that side. Okay, good. Now I'm happy. That was what was bothering you. See, I told you something was bothering me. Something was bothering me. It was the colour of the tag. Very noisy glue. I have to put the glue onto my fabric because it's a funny shape. And then I'll just put some glue on here in this area. Yep, down there. Just to make sure I've got enough glue. It holds very well. You can't take it off. And hopefully I was on screen. I kept reminding myself before I started the video, I gave myself my area, and then I completely, in the mood, in the moment doing this, I completely forgot that I was supposed to be checking that I was on screen. Oh yeah, I'm happy with this now. It's a funny one. It's going to bulk up my ring. And stick that down there because I don't like that sticking up like that. Just stick down, and you need to stick down. And I need to stick this bit down. Okay, done. That's my tag. It's done. I did it. Okay, and I like my messy one. I'm glad I left that one long. Oh wait, I found another loopy bit, I think. Did I? No, they're all cut. Cool. So I've got little tufts in there with the little piece of felt, and then loose knots there, and then this one. I mean, could have taken it further, could have done stitching here, French knots all around, but I think that's enough for today. So there it is. So I'll put some photographs at the end, and I'll probably post my photographs on Instagram tomorrow or the next day. I'm a bit of a slow-mo there. And I hope you enjoyed that. It's a bit of a funny one. I've got glue everywhere. I'll have to let it dry. And I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Bye.